1 ambulance ride. New York, 1,385. Zurich, 2,088. Dubai, 0. Same siren. 3 confessions. The number on the bill has nothing to do with the ride. It has everything to do with which country sent the ambulance. And in one of these cities, having insurance is exactly what triggers the bill in the first place. 3 sirens, 3 countries, 1 question. Who pays to keep you alive? Marcus wakes in a Brooklyn hospital with a broken clavicle and a phone full of voicemails. The ride that saved him took 11 minutes. The itemized bill took 11 days to arrive. It opens with one line. Base rate, Basic Life Support, $900. Mileage, medications, and the ALS surcharge bring the total to $1,385. The No Surprises Act was supposed to end this exact envelope. Took effect in 2022, billed as the end of surprise medical bills. Read the fine print. Air ambulances covered, ground ambulances excluded, which is every ambulance without rotors. Marcus wrote a van. The van is the loophole. Marcus is not rare. More than half of insured riders open the same envelope. Same line, same silence. Break the bill apart. Labor, 55%. Supplies, vehicle, permits, another 28%. That leaves 17% unaccounted. On a $1,300 ride, that's roughly $235. Marcus did not consume it. Marcus inherited it. That wedge has a name: uncompensated care. The ambulance that answered the uninsured last Tuesday never got paid. So the ambulance that answered Marcus this Tuesday collects twice. His receipt is not for his ride. It is a silent tax on having insurance at all. Between 2017 and 2020, ambulance costs climbed 56%. No federal law touched it. No state cap held. Now, cross an ocean. In the next city on this desk, the number is not 1,300. It is 0. 0 dirhams. That is the exact price Amira pays after a Dubai ambulance carries her son from a Jumeirah beach straight to Rashid Hospital. Not a discount applied at checkout. Not a subsidy quietly buried in fine print. A deliberate policy choice, written directly into how the emirate decides who counts as a patient. Amira hands the paramedic her Emirates ID. He nods. He scans nothing. No card swipe, no insurance check. No paperwork beyond the medical chart. Her son survives a near drowning, and the only document that follows them home is the discharge summary. But here is where it gets strange. Insurance would have changed everything. Show the card. Get the bill. Hide the card. Stay free. Dubai built a billing system that punishes paperwork, not poverty. The Dubai Corporation for Ambulance Services operates on the States tab. Vehicles, paramedics, oxygen, cardiac monitors, funded upstream by oil royalties and tourism receipts. When insurance exists, the state recovers what it can. When it does not, the state absorbs. Either way, the patient is not the collection target. A tourist with no insurance pays 0. A resident with private coverage is billed $327, but only because the state recovers from insurers, never the patient. Dubai punishes the paperwork, not the person. Compare the receipts. Marcus in Queens owes $1,385 before the morphine wears off. Amira in Dubai owes 0, not reduced, not subsidized. $0, same emergency, same 4-mile ride, same trained paramedics. The difference is not medicine. It is a decision about who the ambulance was built for. That gap between Marcus's bill and Amira's bill is not an accident of geography or a quirk of hospital accounting. It is a policy fingerprint. And every fingerprint, if you dust carefully enough, leads somewhere. Albert and Dede Mbrie. Awel Lee, worth following. Zurich, Switzerland. Universal health care, mandated by law. The bill still arrives. $2,088. Third city, Zurich. Clara, 34, cycles into a tram rail near Bellevue. Ambulance in 6 minutes. The bill arrives 3 weeks later. $2,088. She has universal health insurance. Mandatory. Legally required since 1996. It pays exactly half. Read that again. Switzerland has universal coverage. Clara paid premiums every month of her adult life. And the system still hands her half the bill. Not a glitch. A principle. The Swiss have a word for it. Personal responsibility written into law. The ambulance is where that principle bites hardest. A growing number of Swiss adults buy a second insurance. Just for this. Just to close the gap the first insurance leaves open. A market built on a loophole. Now, hold all 3 receipts in one frame. Marcus in Brooklyn, $900 base rate. Amira in Dubai, $0. Clara in Zurich, over $1,000 out of pocket after insurance. Same siren. 3 sentences written by 3 different governments. Most of Zurich's bill is labor, paramedics trained for years. Paid like engineers. The vehicle itself, a smaller slice. In Dubai, the state absorbs all of it. In New York, the patient absorbs all of it. In Zurich, patient and insurer split it. The insurer wins the argument. New York shifts the cost sideways onto the patient nobody warned. Dubai absorbs it upward into the treasury. Zurich hands it back down, politely, with a receipt and a policy number. 3 confessions, 1 molecule of care. The siren is not a warning sound. It is a country speaking out loud. Before you are conscious, before you can argue, the law has already decided who pays to keep you alive. Filing the report. New York confesses the bill arrives because you had insurance to charge. Dubai admits the state already paid before the call ever came. Zurich reveals the price of mandating that everyone shares the cost. The siren is a confession, not a warning. It announces what each country decided long before your emergency began. One case remains open. Another receipt waits on the desk. Another city. Another price that does not add up. The investigation continues. Case closed.